See if the other one works.
Welcome to the Canada Guns Talk Show episode. What the fuck is this? I don't have it open.
102.
102 Project Mapleseed or something.
Mapleseed
We're your
edition.
hosts.
You're the worst. You're literally the worst.
I literally don't even have it open on my other screen.
Wait, is this thing even running? I might not be running the other one.
Well,
Damn
I'm
it.
recording mine, so who cares?
Then I don't have to record mine. The stress is off. I do nothing. I like
You do nothing.
Yeah, I just be here. I will
You just
grace
be
you
here.
with my pretty face.
Please.
We're your hosts. Those guys and me.
La, 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 la.
Introduce yourselves. Everyone already knows who the fuck we are if they're watching this pile of garbage.
Indeedio. Pile of garbage this is. How you guys been?
Alive.
Hot on the range every day. I've been on the range every weekend since July. and many days during the week. This last week I spent 4 weekdays on the range and every day of the weekend.
Ooh.
Well, isn't it supposed to cool right the fuck down in Alberta?
We got our first frost last night.
Yeah, frost. Fall will come soon, but
this is the reason I don't want to move there. It's like 13 degrees here today, and I already thought that was way too cold for early September.
Yeah, bitch, it was 2 degrees this morning, and it felt like -1, so... Yeah.
How do people live there?
heating,
Eating.
central heating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got maple seeds until mid-October.
Just in time for hunting season.
Might be cold. Yeah.
Yeah, the weather has been interesting here. We went from almost 30 degrees on, was it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. Yeah, it was 30 degrees on Saturday. Then by Sunday night, it was 5 degrees.
Yep.
And then on Monday, it was like 3 degrees in the morning, and it never got up above 10. Then today, it was 2 degrees when the sun came up, and now it's 21 degrees. So it's almost a 20-degree difference from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
That is absolutely fucking absurd.
That's normal.
There's
big temperature swings. Anyways, gun stuff.
Guns. Adrian, guns?
Yeah, I did some gun stuff. Lots of maple seeds. What the hell did I do last weekend? I know I did gun stuff. I went to the range with my boys, I guess. Yeah, I took them to the range.
I got a nice picture from you from the range.
That was this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Last weekend, I was also at the range with them. And we were shooting 22s. And I was sighting in my WS MCR for 3-gun, which is this weekend coming up. And I think that's it. And then I had a maple seed on Tuesday and Thursday in BTSA, which Mr. Crover was at.
Spoiler.
And in Drumheller as well on Thursday, which is beautiful. Drumheller's range is like in Drumheller, so you got like all these like picturesque ancient valley hillsides next to you, and
that's cool.
It's really, really picturesque. Yeah, at Kananaskis, the BTSA range is really nice too because it's in the mountains. You're in the mountains there.
Foothills.
And, I'm from Edmonton. It's the mountains. Yeah.
Well, because when you get to the mountains, It's like, there's like 1,000 meters of elevation. Cool.
Yeah, there's some elevation there, but not like 1,000 meters.
We have cliffs here, but we don't really have mountains.
No, not like that.
You can thank the glaciers for flattening the fuck out of all your shield.
Yeah, well, that's where the cliffs are. We get the Niagara Escarpment and then a waterfall that everyone really likes for some reason.
Because it's neat. It's neat. Say it.
It's neat. I've never been. I've been through Niagara, and I just did not bother with the falls.
I
probably
think
never
I
will.
may have stopped in Toronto once on a layover. So I've seen the airport, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
That's my experience with Calgary. I was there for an hour.
Toronto, and it's a terrible airport, and it's the best part of Toronto.
There are much better things to this god-awful city than the god-awful airport. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I fucking hate Pearson.
I'm just triggering crazy over there.
Pearson is a terrible airport. I fucking hate it.
It is terrible. I've had to overnight there a couple of times, and it's not convenient. Yeah, so Mapleseed's midweek. And then this weekend we had CRPS, which is like a rimfire precision
Oh, how'd
series.
that go?
It was good. So I went with my oldest, and I didn't think that we'd get him shooting just because there's a lot of dialing, there's a lot of like math involved. But Rick like twisted my rubber arm. He's like, "No, you got to get him to do it. Here, let me give you this Bergera to so he can shoot that
Oh.
with it." So I'm like, "Yeah, you got to do it now." So he shot it, and he did pretty well. There's one other youth there, and he beat like a couple of adults and a youth. I
So
think mostly just because
did
we
he?
like. Mhm.
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
He dialed in properly most of the time, and that's like crucial. And we gave him a little bit of extra time in between. Gave him a little bit of extra time.
Did he have like a dope chart made, or was it just like a little hold over
I
here, a little
ran.
hold over there?
No, you can't do that. You'll miss everything. We calculated using Strelock the drops, the dopes for each of the stages, and then wrote down on his hand what to dial it to.
Dope
And then
chart.
in between stages, I don't know if you know this, but like ink, pen ink, use a little bit of that liquid hand sanitizer, it comes right off. So you can use your hand as like a chalkboard. You like write and pen the stage, and then when you're done, you like give it just a tiny little squirt of liquid hand sanitizer, rub it, and then hit it with some paper towel, and off it comes. You're ready for the next stage. Yeah.
This
So
sounds like too much math to be fun.
there's math involved. It's kind of interesting though because it's only 22 LR, so like you can wear like electronic muffs, and that's fine for the day. You can really hear the
Bing.
22 bullet hit. Yeah, you're like, bing. There's like such a gap because it takes so long to get out there, and you need to dial like to get out like at the really far ranges. You're dialing like 17 feet of elevation. Like it's huge the amount of drop that you're dialing in. Yeah, yeah. You're dialing like 40 m away.
Hold
uh,
up, I gotta text my neighbor, tell him to shut the fucking dog up.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we
so I
don't
mean
hear a dog.
yeah, it's kind of like an intro to PRS. It's like PRS if you already head into it. It's kind of expensive. You got to get like a fancy rifle, reloads, fancy scope. Fancy
Well,
scope helps in this.
reloads in 22.
No. I'm saying for PRS.
Oh,
This
for
is
PR.
yeah.
Okay.
This is
I thought you were talking
CRPS.
about for this. I'm like, reloading 22 is getting a little bit absurd here.
No, what you end up
No.
no. The alternative is you go buy Ely ammo, and then you go buy the more expensive Ely ammo, and then you go buy all the Ely ammo variants you can until you find the one that's got plus or minus 5 FPS in terms of.
I don't think that's necessary. I
Well,
think like
this is when you're gaming, Adriel.
yeah, but like the plenty of people win that sport using a 1022. Which you would think like that doesn't really make sense. But that the stages have time limits. It's a generous time limit. You can do it with a bolt if you need to, but just having one less thing to worry about with a semi-automatic is it makes a big
Yeah, but
difference.
do they do it with a 1022 and Remington bucket o' bullets?
No, no, you're
Exactly. So
gonna
they
need
still.
like some decent ammo. Like when I
So
say decent, like
so
yeah,
CCI
Ely
and
Ford,
above.
yeah, CCI and above, yeah. CCI standard velocity is fantastic.
Oh,
Blazer is
that's what I was running.
fantastic.
That's what I was running on Tuesday.
Yeah. CCI standard velocity is like my go-to, like accurate standard velocity, and then Blazer is my go-to cheap high velocity. But if you want like better, you'll need like Ely Force or some other high velocity that Ely makes to
What did I try that
reach out.
wasn't? This was ages ago, but Remington actually makes good target ammo. Like when you buy like the 100 good bricks.
Ely makes ammo for Remington. They're high
Yeah.
quality. There's a Remington club, and it's Ely.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I don't know that. What's Remington got that's good that they make.
Like I'm telling you, I bought this ammo probably 7 years ago, and I
Hmm.
literally shot it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was like, and it had like the most peculiar smell, and
Then
it
it's
was
probably Ely.
yeah,
It's
and it was just like
if it's got
bang,
a
bang,
peculiar
bang.
smell,
Yeah,
like because Ely uses beeswax on some of their rounds, and it's got a real interesting. It's not like an offensive smell to their lube.
yeah, no, but it's distinct,
Yeah, yeah.
and I remember distinctly how when I did like an ammo test like
Hmm.
8 years ago, and I have it up on Canada Guns, and it was something like I'm not even bullshitting you. It must have been like 20 different brands of ammo,
Mm-hmm.
that I literally sat down one day and I shot at the shooting edge before I hated going there, because this was before they betrayed the community.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sat. I bought a day pass and I used the day pass. Like I was sitting on their bench and must have shot like
That's the way
a
to
thousand
do it.
rounds or something like
If,
that.
yeah, if you're going to sight in 22 rimfire, is to go to an indoor range and just sit and pound them out. Yeah, that's the way
And
to go.
yeah, I found the
Yeah.
best ammunition that Mark II ran. Uh, God, I would have to look up those results because that's probably the oldest Imgur album I have.
Yeah. I mean, like there's the best, but then there's also like what's the best per dollar, because I think that's important to consider as
Yes.
well. Because when you find a good ammo, buy 2,000 rounds of it,
Yeah.
right?
The
Have a
answer is
whole
the
pile of it.
answer is already CCI standard velocity, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah. CCS standard velocity is fantastic, and it's pretty inexpensive. So, where was I? CRPS. Yeah. So you can run. There's like two divisions. There's production or open. Production's like your Mark IIs, your 1022s, non-modded, so you can't like do a trigger mod or a Bedum or anything like that. But you can still run a decent scope. I forget what their price point is. It's like $500 or something like that. So you can get like a Diamondback, Vortex Diamondback Tactical, or their Covenant, Cabela's Covenant, or something like that. Something that'll dial it in. Um, I did all right. I think I got like top third kind of thing, which for the amount I shoot and spend time in terms of like PRS, that's fine for me.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to win or anything like that. Next day, we shot rimfire race guns, which is steel challenge but for rimfires. So it's steel challenge with pistols and 22 rifles, which is kind of interesting because you can use like a real light steel. Like one person could carry all the steel you need for a match down to the line. And now, like, you can't do that with a regular steel challenge because you like the plates are like way too heavy, right? But
Yep.
because it's 22 LR, you can run like quarter-inch plates, and it works fine, and they ring really nicely, and yeah. Modified course of fire. So normally with steel challenge, your surrender position holstered, draw, and do your course. This was low ready at a cone, so like at an aimed point. Just make it more approachable, right? Some people don't have holster certification or don't know what they're doing with a holster, and since you're running people with 22 rifles anyways, you need a low ready position. So just pure low ready shooting steel. It was nice. It was like 4 hours and
Ooh.
you're done. Yeah, yeah. So nice quick little like burn them up at the steel. It's very macro, I guess. Like you're trying to shoot a particular series as fast as you can, and it's like it's almost like you know those airplane pilots that do the clock where they have to
Yes.
like very accurately turn. Like it feels kind of like that. So you're like trying to accurately like move positions and then make your shots off, which is kind of like I don't know, not super practical, but it's very interesting to watch someone like burn a stage down really fast because yeah, it's just the right mix of like foot on the gas, but like not so much that you're like missing everything as you go along.
Right.
Yeah. And I did that with my boy as well. He did pretty good at that. He had a case failure. I was running CCI Mini Mag in my 1022 and in my GSG, and it was bad. Like it was bad. The case, the rim thickness on it was too thick on a bunch of them. CCI Mini Mag's like my go-to. That's like reliable. Just use it. It should just run. And I was getting all sorts of failures with it.
That is super weird for that.
Yeah, yeah. But I was getting
Did you
failures
save the
on both
box?
the GSG and on yeah, I still got the boxes, both on the GSG and on my 1022. It was causing failures, so I stopped using that. I started using Remington Thunderbolt of all ammo, and it ran fine. That stuff ran fine, and then I ran out of Thunderbolt because I didn't bring enough. I thought that was just my extra, just in case like I run out of the CCI Mini Mag. Uh, so then I had some Wildcat, Winchester
Oh my
Wildcat.
god.
What do
Oh
you
no.
think? Which ammo do you think burst the rim? Was it the Remington Thunderbolt, the CCI Mini Mag, or the Winchester Wildcat?
Wow.
Yeah, the Wildcat burst the rim on it and got carbon all over my son's hand. he was fine. It's just 22 ammo shouldn't do that.
No.
But on Thunderbolt, or sorry, Thunderbolt, Wildcat, on Wildcat,
yeah.
it will. Mm-hmm.
It's really not that surprising. I remember the only time that I've seen a 22 long rifle fail, other than my squib, was I think I saw a buddy of mine get an out of battery discharge. Because it just like the case just banana peeled and there was shit all over the place and unburned powder. So that's kind of how I knew it wasn't a case head rupture.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it's an out of battery discharge, it just boop, everything goes out.
Well, and with a case head, like basically it's like you've got the back of the case, and you'll just like it flaps open, or it like cuts open like that, and like all the gas gets out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just Wildcat.
I mean, people shit on Remington Thunderbolt. I've never had any issues with it.
It's
just
so
dirty. It's just dirty. Yeah, it runs fine. The velocity's decent.
Just don't clean your 22.
Well,
it took 9 years before I cleaned mine, and I only cleaned it because it got wet.
If you shot a lot with it, a lot of Thunderbolt, and you had like lubed it, it will attract that filth from that powder.
The thing that I put through that gun the most was Remington Gold Bullet.
Gross.
Gold Bullet's good. I like Gold Bullet. That's like the same stuff that's in Bucket of Bullets. It's that bronze lube that they use. Not lube. It's like brass flakes that they just kind of like mash into the lead.
Powder coat the fucking.
Yeah.
Just
give
it a little wrist shake all over it.
Pretty much. Yeah. They got like shredded fucking casings and they just kind of sprinkle it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was those.
You wrote an article.
I wrote an article on because I saw those two posts on Canada Guns. One guy was asking about that IWI Masada, and another guy posted about some other Turkish gun. And so I was like, you know what? I should write an article that has the current pricing, and like if it's good or not of like all the Glocks. Not Glocks in Canada. So that's what I did. That's why I wrote it.
Did this include the MC28, or is that not Glock enough?
It's almost an M&P. So yeah, I included that one.
So was the conclusion buy a Gersan MC28?
Nope. I would say buy the P10F
because the CZ.
The P10F is $550. Like for price wise, like CZ sells their stuff way too cheap in Canada. The Shadow should be way more than it is at $1,250. Like in the US, the 10 Foglio is the low price option. The CZ costs more, but in Canada it's reverse. The CZ Shadow 2 is way cheaper than 10 Foglio. So
yeah, 10 Foglio to me is like a $3,000 fucking gun, is what I think of.
Well, it's the Extreme. That's you're thinking about the Extreme, right? And the Extreme has like better trigger parts in it and that kind of thing. But like just like a stock 2 or a stock 3
is a cheaper gun. Like a brand new Shadow 1 is like you can get them for like $799 sometimes.
Yeah, they're under $1,000 for a Shadow 1. And like that's the go-to
Shadow
recommendation.
Ones have been under $1,000 for a long time. I think
forever,
right around like the Shadow 2 came out, they were like, oh yeah, now they're discount guns. Like,
so that's what I mean. Like the thing with the Shadow 1 is it's still like the go-to recommendation. What do I get as a whatever the fuck? Get a Shadow 1. It's under $1,000.
Yep. If you got the money, get a Shadow 2. If you don't, get the Shadow 1, and you're not missing much.
It also depends on what you're doing because IDPA, the Shadow 2 is debatably not allowed. It's too heavy. Yeah.
Well, that's because they have all that metal right underneath the barrel, like for that, making sure that flashlight can really attach to that frame. Really.
Yeah, or giving all that under barrel. Yeah. Anyway, so P10F is the way I would go. Like if I was in the States, I would not use that because like the grip is huge. Like you couldn't holster that and put it like inside your waistband or something like that. It's huge, right? The grip's way too big, and that's the part that would print. But in Canada,
it's like the definition of a duty gun. So
the duty or
the thing with a carry gun versus like a service pistol, like you're not meant to be concealing a fucking P10F.
Nope.
That's like the last line on Adriel's recommendation of it. This is not a concealed carry gun, but that doesn't matter in Canada, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, all we do is shoot them at the range. So either you get something that's fun for plinking, or you get something that's like fun for IDPA or IPSC or something like that.
What
I
max
mean,
does that
even
run? Is it?
IDPA, all you got to do is put the fucking fishing vest over it.
Yeah. Adriel, do you know what mags that P10 runs? Is it exclusive mags or is it like Shadow
There's like
mags?
there's like No, they don't run Shadow Mags. They're
Oh.
P10 and a P07 mag, and I think there's some compatibility between them. I can't be arsed to figure out what it is
Well,
though.
with the IWI, I know that Jericho runs Shadow Mags or CZ75 mags.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Jericho is
Yes. The Jericho
What
is
about the
just a
Masada?
CZ75
yeah. Is
Does
the
the
platform.
Masada have its own mags then, or does it use Jericho mags?
I think it's got its own mags. The Masada is like cool if you want like an optics ready gun that's not a piece of shit. Because like there's some Turk guns that you can get like you can get an optics ready Canic or an optics ready MC28 for cheaper, but they're Turk guns, right? If you want like that Israeli quality, like the Masada is probably a better quality one. It's not a great pistol though. All of these are doing the exact same thing. There
I
is
mean, isn't the
not a lot of
Masada
difference
just
between them.
like IWI going, we need a striker fired gun because everybody else has one?
well,
Well,
that's
they
what they've
sell
been
to their
doing.
militaries, right? So like IWI like sells to the Israeli military. So when the Israeli military says, "Hey, we're ready to move to a polymer frame striker fired pistol," they better have a polymer frame striker fired pistol, or else they lose out on that contract. And a lot of these guys wanted to bid on the U.S. Their modular handgun program. That's where the P320 came from, and a lot of these other pistols were designed for that.
I thought no,
And then
I
when
thought
they
the P320 was a couple of years before the
It might
army,
be. Yeah.
but
That's what they chose.
but they just said like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want to? What is it that you? If I remember correctly, like the only differences are they took out the takedown pin so that the grunts couldn't pull out the trigger group and then fuck around with it, and then they
Mm,
put in
a manual
a
safety
manual
because
safety.
the USGIs they think they're stupid or something.
Yeah,
Well, they are. I mean, the uppers. Anyway, so yeah, so that's why every man like Stoger has a striker fired pistol.
I fucking saw that and I'm like, Stoger's making a
Mossberg
pistol?
does too.
They're both like off brand, like they're
Ugh.
both white labeling some Turk manufacturer. There's like Gersan or one of those guys making pistols.
aren't old
Guys.
Stogers now just Turk Nellies, something like that?
Well, yeah, it's just some of them are better than others. It's just like Sony or self like Apple phones like all coming from China and all coming from Foxconn, for example, right?
Yeah.
But some of them are made to higher quality, some of them are designed better. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Anyways, P10F.
Yeah.
That's the way I would go. If I had to buy like a duty pistol these days for Canada, P10F.
I would I would I would consider that one, except for the fact that I think if I'm ever going to buy another 9mm, it's going to be a Jericho because Cowboy Bebop, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like I already got the
Oh,
fucking CZ mags, and I gotta get my Bebop on, so
mm.
might as
Or
well.
you could get a Shadow one.
I have a Shadow one.
Like that's one part I wanted to put in that article. It's like, or stop all this fuckery, buy a Shadow one. They're way better than all of these.
So
But
I
I
was
didn't
telling
want
my
to.
buddy when we were out shooting the other day, we're just looking at this shit. I'm like, yeah, this is a Shadow one. If you ever go online and ask what pistol do I get for X, this is the answer right here. Shadow one.
It's like,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, exactly. Some guy commented on my YouTube. He's like, "So you bought the rifle, but what are your credentials?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't got any credentials. None of us do." But then I took a look to see like how many views and that kind of thing I have. I've just crossed 10 million views on YouTube, and I just crossed 10 million views on the website too. So I was like, "Ha! People watch my shit. That doesn't mean nothing. I could still be dumb as shit, but the people like it."
Well, we should take that with a grain of salt. I mean, you did badmouth the 770.
I did, yeah. That just proves I don't know what I'm talking
You
about.
don't. You
Clearly,
really don't.
you know, the comment was on. It was on the Savage 93 review, which I think was like mostly positive. I might have shit on like the magazine guide because the magazine guide's
The
stupid on it.
magazine on the 93s is stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. So like I might have like shit talked that a little bit, deservedly, you know. But some people when they buy a gun, they go looking for reviews and they don't want to see anything negative, or else they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. This thing's the best thing since sliced bread. And I see a
I
lot of
should
them.
know it. I've ran exactly 400 rounds through it over the last 10 years, making
Yeah.
sure to not clean it. And it's only given me 13 stovepipes and a couple of misfires. That's fine.
Even better is I bought this gun last week and took it to the range and it worked fine. This is the best gun in the world. You're an
Well,
idiot.
some guys like with the 770, some guys have been using those to hunt deer for like 5+ years. That's like, and I said in the
And
video,
you know how
like,
many rounds
you
they
might
put?
you might have one
You
that
know what,
works.
Adriel? They're still in their first box of ammo.
Yeah, all those shots are 50 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to. We've got a big 2-day 3-gun match in Alberta here this weekend. So I'm going to go to that this weekend and hope I don't ruin my knees from all the running around and horsing around that we're gonna do.
Horse fuckery.
Horse fuckery that we're gonna do on the range. Yeah. Because I'm old and my knees go to shit if I abuse them too much, and I will abuse them over that weekend.
Tisk, sir.
Like I'm gonna wear I'm gonna go old man. I'm gonna like wear braces and maybe take some ibuprofen and see how fucked up they are.
Dude,
at the
I
end of the
brought
day.
fucking knee pads and elbow pads to the Mapleseed just in case.
It's not a bit. You were super well prepared. I could tell you watch those videos.
I did.
Your shit was ready.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, I went to the Rimfire Race Guns. I've got like a holster, and Mag's kind of been watching like steel challenge videos, and they're like, "There's no holsters here." I'm like, oh. But I practiced my surrender position draws. Like I'm hot on that stuff. No, we don't do that here. Sorry, we don't do that here.
Surrender position draws. We're not in Wisconsin.
And that's your first Kenosha joke of the night.
That guy didn't practice it enough. He's way too slow.
No, he didn't.
He should have practiced his skateboard swings a little better.
No.
We probably shouldn't take this too far because if you post this on YouTube, you'll get pulled down if there's anything.
Whatever.
They seem to be a little bit on edge about this whole.
We're not posting images. It should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Crazy.
Yes.
Gun stuff.
Yes.
I mean, it's been almost over a month, so I hope
it has. Yeah. So one of my clubs that does more like holstery stuff is starting to shoot again, and so we did some more holstery stuff. That was fun. I got to shoot a Vector, which I technically did once in 2014, but it was so fucking long ago I didn't remember it. Holy shit, the charging handle on that thing is stiff as fuck. Like, I was really surprised at how stiff it is to grab that fucking thing back and pull it back. Like, I was not expecting that. The Vector.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that at all.
Was it an SBR? Was it a 45, 9mm?
No, it was 9 mil. It was 9 mil and non-restricted.
Was it the V1 or V2?
I have no idea.
The V2 has this like crazy oval suppressor, fake suppressor thing on it.
I mean, they all have the crazy.
No. But like the V1, is it the square suppressor or the round suppressor?
It might be around. The V2 has a squared off.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I wasn't paying enough
like,
attention.
Like the Salvo 12 for the shotguns, or was it like a cylindrical one?
The guy bought it new, so I don't know if they're still selling old style Vectors now.
Let's go with a Gen 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just real fucking stiff on that charging handle. And then I got to shoot a Ruger with the M-Lock forend on it, and I didn't end up. I tried doing the like clamp grip, and I'm just so not used to it that the cost whatever. I'm just so not used to it that it actually detrimented me versus helping me. But I kind of get why it's important. Another thing, I also just want that forend on my Ruger because like I was reminded of the problems I have with mine with the flexible forend there when I went shooting yesterday. And when me and my buddy were shooting, we rested it on the front near where I've got the flashlight mounted, and that force pushes the grip up into the barrel. We were aiming at a target and hitting like 8 inches above where we were aiming because of the pressure on the barrel. It's kind of fucking absurd. And so since we were doing 50-yard shots supported, we just moved the rest back to around the mag well, which was kind of awkward as hell. But it like POI shifts dramatically from the Ruger if you're like touching the barrel.
Takedown rifles are horrible for that. If you see like at Mapleseed, if we see like a 10-22 takedown, those can give like really bad shifts when you run a sling on it and you tension it. Yeah, they really move it. And on the PC carbine, takedown.
So that's why I want to get the M-Lock 4N, just because it's rigid aluminum the whole way up, and that's not going to go and put tension on the
Yeah.
barrel at any point. But it's just that's $250 to buy that thing aftermarket. Like, I mean, I'm
You
pretty
could always
sure.
just sell yours because those things will sell now in CGN quick and just buy another one.
Yeah, I could sell and buy another one, but I mean, I'm probably just gonna at some point just buy the 4N for it, put it on there, whatever. I don't really care about the stock, like the folding pistol grip stock, fucking whatever. I don't give a shit about that. Stock it has on it now is fine. Um, but yeah, I did that. I took my Mauser out again. And I don't know if it's just fucking ammo at this point. If I need to go buy a different brand of ammo and try shit again, because I know that last time I sighted this thing, I'm pretty sure I did it with the like Romanian Air Force surplus ammo, and it shot like about 2 inches high at 100 yards.
Are
And then
you
I
sure you just
buy
don't suck?
no, because fucking it's getting tight groups.
You always got to ask
It's
that question.
it's getting tight fucking groups is the problem. And so then I take it to 50 to see where because I got PPU, fucking a bulk of 200 rounds for the fucker. I take it to 50 yards and the thing's shooting fucking 6 inches low again. And I'm thinking the only thing I fucking changed on this is the ammo, because I remember with my reloads, they were 170 grain Hornady bullets with I think about 44 and a half grains of H4895, and I was hitting a 5-inch steel plate about 2 out of 5 times at 100. I didn't seem to have any problems. But then I take this fucking PPU shit out, and I can't hit a damn thing because the fucking shit's shooting low.
So I think two things should be pointed out right fucking now. Number one, that's not the ammo the gun was made with, right? It isn't.
Well, it's the same
No, but
grain as later
just
surplus.
Just say it. It's not the same ammo that
Well,
the
no,
gun was
you're right.
built
It's
for.
not.
Okay, number two, you fuckalized that gun a little bit, haven't you?
No, I bought a front sight for it from Brownells and sanded that thing down. And when I did that with military surplus ammo.
Well, there
Try
you
and
go.
sight it there.
It's not the same ammo, and you fuckulated it. It's
the
gonna
thing that
and third thing. I just remember a third thing. What's the average precision of a bolt action rifle from World War II? 4 MOA?
I've gotten this thing to do decent groups, and that's why I wanted to get it decent groups at point of impact.
With fucking hand
instead of-
loads.
Were you using hand loads or were you using milsurp when you got those good groups?
Originally, I don't actually. It wasn't hand loads. I know that it was some commercial. It would have been either Federal, S&B, or Winchester, because those were the brands I'd bought back then.
I don't trust S&B because I've had some fucky results with it. So I could maybe say it was Federal, and I really wouldn't trust Winchester. But again, that's factory ammo. That's probably going to be better than the surplus ammo. And if you were doing hand loads, all of this goes out the window because hand loads are always going to be better than factory
Well,
ammo.
the issue with that is I wanted to just try and get hand loads as close to what the like shit it's designed for is. Which, granted, it's not designed for a 170 grain bullet, and that's what I had, so that kind of goes out the fucking window. But I know that later surplus.
You're chasing a result with way too many variables.
The thing with this PPU shit is it's 196 grain, which is the same weight as later surplus. Original surplus, I think, was
that doesn't matter. You don't know what powder was in the surplus. You don't know what powder is in the fucking ammo you're running right now.
Well, I know that the powder that's in this ammo now is better than that's the primer that's in the surplus. That's shit. Because I had a couple of fucking hang fires with some surplus that I had on that crap. Not that Romanian Air Force stuff, but it wasn't the Romanian Air Force stuff, but it was some stuff with original corrosive primers. I had hang fires, and it's fucking scary. Hang fire is fucking scary.
Well, when you go
So
like,
fun.
that
you
made
hear
a sound.
You hear the sound of the fucking firing pin hit, and then the detonation. And when I did that, I'm like, what the fuck was that first noise before the round? Oh my god, this is hang firing.
I had that with some TT-33 like surplus ammo that had gotten wet or something.
Oh.
I don't know. It was nasty, and it would be like click, boom. It was like a musket.
It was
sweet.
I've shot black powder that shot faster than some of these hang fires. It's fucking scary.
Spooky.
This is why they tell you to wait a minute after a gun goes click. It's because fuck. But yeah, I shot the Mauser a bit and figured that out. I'm probably gonna buy different brands and see what the fuck is up with this shit again.
Are you set up to reload for it?
I'm set up to reload. Oh, I have the
Why don't
stuff
you
right
just
now.
reload? Why
I've
don't you
got
just like
40 more bullets left,
yeah?
I think.
Just go and buy like 4 different weights and see what you can do.
Yeah.
Or just a couple of different powder loads? Because like
Or like,
sometimes,
why are you beating even yourself up over this? Just make mouse fart loads and just get something that
yeah,
shoots good.
Well, I know that
and nice.
the last reloads I did seemed to shoot okay compared to when I sighted it with the Romanian surplus ammo. Because I sighted it with the Romanian surplus ammo and then went and shot the fucking steel with my hand loads at 100 and was able to hit as many times as I would expect to be able to hit a small piece of gray steel at 100 yards in a bunker. So what's surprising is white painted steel is very difficult to see in the bunkers at Silverdale. It blends in with all the fucking sand in the back very, very well, and they paint their steel white when they sell it to you.
Can one of you guys be watching the Twitch chat?
Are there
I'm
people on
I'm
it?
not watching Twitch
Yeah,
chat.
because
Okay,
I think
I'll go
Garrett's
on
on
there.
there.
I'll go on there.
Thanks. I don't have
All
two
right.
screens, so I actually can't switch off without it getting all fucky with
Yeah,
OBS.
yeah, I got it.
But yeah, fucking. So I did that. I shot the Mauser. I shot a bunch of my pistols. I've been too lazy to send my revolver in to the fucking warranty.
Good lord.
And I mean, that is literally just I am too lazy to go find a box. So I'm not complaining. That's just a statement.
I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty
I'm
sure I
a
can see a
lazy
box
fucker.
behind you, but I can't. Oh wait, what's that on the bottom behind you?
That's a Ruger box for my PC carbine. I still have the original box.
Well,
I don't
it's
know
time for you
why,
to
but
chop that box up and turn it into a smaller box.
uh, it's not gonna fit the case for my fucking revolver.
Why are you putting it in a case?
I'm gonna ship it back in the factory case.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to, but I guess. Oh, well, actually, I shouldn't say
You
that. I
technically
think
do, and
Canada
actually,
Post is saying you have to put things in cases now.
Canada Post has always said you have to put things in cases. People just ignored them.
Whoops.
But yeah, it kind of like what I did when I shipped Adriel that rifle.
A box is fine. A box is fine as long as it's well packed. That's all. Like most retailers will ship with Canada Post, and
Yeah,
they'll
but
be in a.
retailers seem to have different rules than everyone else's. And now Canada Post demands you get a Solutions for Small Business account to ship with them.
Mhm.
So I got to ship someone else because I don't know, or open a Solutions
That's
for Small
because
Business.
Just
the
use. Let me know when you are, and I'll just give you my number.
yeah, I
Yeah,
got one too. But like that's because the signature required. They ignore it now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
now
hearing
they do. What is
they're
it, like,
telling people to
ID
do
check? So you have to
age.
go to
Yeah,
the
Age
yeah,
age
age
check,
check.
which is lame. I hate it. If you send me another gun, just it's car parts.
Well, no.
But
The thing is, if it's car parts, they'll just leave it in your doorstep, and then you better be home.
Cool. I'm
yeah,
home. I
the
work from
only
home.
the only other thing now is I'm just kind of waiting on doing much more gun shit because I've just put in for an apartment and I've been very seriously looking for apartments. So I'm going to wait until I've moved out before gun shit. And then when I've moved out, I literally have a budget of furniture, gun safe, and SKS. And the gun safe and SKS are actually higher in priority than the furniture. I will forego buying a couch and a dining room table if it means that if I can't afford them after buying a safe and an SKS.
That's a very young adult thing to do. Young male adult. You're like furniture? What do I need that for?
Well, I get some
I'll use
folding
the
chairs for
floor.
$10 at IKEA, but I need a new gun safe and an SKS because
Okay,
I mean
I
I
would
don't have an
ask.
SKS.
There's one crucial issue with your plan, which is why a safe and why not the $75 crappy tire cabinet?
Because I do like I like an actual safe versus the cabinet. So I do want a proper safe. I think the next one I'm looking for, I want it to be fire rated. Not that it's going to matter in an apartment, but I just kind of like having that idea in my head that it's fire rated.
Okay. Let me just be real with you, real quick. You don't need that. Like, you don't need that. Like, that's money that I could spend and that I haven't because it's the fucking crappy tire. Like, I have like the fanciest crappy tire cabinet. I think it's the biggest one that comes pre-assembled, so you don't actually have to put it together. It just comes in the box as it is, and that's like the highest level one before you get like a door with a dial on it. And
That is the other thing is the dial
that's
on it
man.
versus the key. I don't
Dude,
really
that's all.
want a key block.
That's I think the one like the cheapest one that you can find. That's what you're describing. That's gonna be a couple $100.
It is there was a time where TSC had some 24 gun safes for $400, which was like really stupidly cheap. But they all sold the fuck out. TSC
You can get them from
safes just seem to-
Costco sometimes too.
Yeah.
Costco puts those on. That's where I got my safe. This is, mind you, this is
Oh,
like
my
10
dad
years
got
ago.
his.
But I got my safe, which is like a combo style, or it's a dial pad.
The electric dial, yeah.
Yeah, and it
My
was
dad's got the same one. I
300.
know, yeah.
But that was like 10 years ago from Costco.
Have you ever had the bolts inside of it come loose?
I've had the bolts like fall out of alignment. So I pulled that door off the inside of the door.
We've had that
and
happen too.
Tweaked it
The whole
because
thing's full of disgusting grease in there.
You know what doesn't need to be fucked around with? The crappy
Stack
tire
on.
cabinet.
I like the like cheapo stack on because like you mentioned there, Grover, it doesn't matter if it's legal and you bolt it to the wall, good enough. If the thieves were coming in there for the big safe, they would have got it anyways.
Well, you don't even need to bolt it into the wall to be legal, but I'm also moving into an apartment. I'm not
I'd
sure how many
imagine
bolts
that was
are.
that was
you'll
gonna be the
put 'em
second
in
thing
the
I
wall.
was gonna tell you. Like you're moving into an apartment, you can't bolt it to the wall. I mean, you could and then just paste the fucking hole when you move out, but
You could
why?
like hit the stud with some screws.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple of nice things why you'd want to do that. If
I don't know if this building has studs or if this building was built in the 50s. It's probably just it's
Oh.
solid concrete all the way
Oh,
through
you
the
can't fuck
floor.
with that. You can't fuck with that because you need like a hammer drill to get in there, and you would leave holes that are like unrepairable. You can't do anything there.
The only thing I can do is drill into drywall, and that's not going to stop anyone
you
from
could also
taking
be a
anything.
complete asshole and drill into the floorboards. That'd be awesome.
Fuck up the
let's
carpet
not.
underneath. Yep, that's
There's
another
no
option.
carpet in there. The whole thing's hardwood floor.
Or
I believe that the next bit of legislation liberals are going to bring in is going to have something where you have to secure your safe against something and you won't be able to leave it freestanding.
Yeah, either secure a safe or like mandate a safe and not a gun cabinet, particularly
What's
for
the difference?
handguns.
What's the difference?
Bill Blair already said he was gonna be talking about the particular gauge and thickness of steel for the construction of the thing.
he can
So
suck
that's
my
what
dick.
the difference is going to end up being. Is you're going to have to get X gauge thick steel for it to be considered a safe.
I bet you they're going to
Especially-
pick like 1 gauge bigger than whatever the stack-ons are using,
Probably.
just to fuck everyone who's got those.
Well, and it's obvious. I feel like he's going to do a different thing for pistols versus rifles because they always do that. So if you got handguns, you're going to need a safe with X thickness that basically amounts to you need a fire-rated safe for your
Yeah.
handguns.
Fuck 'em, man.
Yeah.
And shit. Like that's the kind of shit.
Well, if it's just for handguns, then you get one of them little baby safes off Amazon for $50. They're fire rated and they've got thick steel. They're terrible. Like the security is awful. But that doesn't matter. The steel will match. That's what I have. I've got another one of them little baby safes, and I use it just for pistols because you can fit like all of them in there. And then your main safe, you can leave the shelf off, and you can fit your stupid tall like Mosins and that kind of thing in there.
Or like a shotgun with an actual
20
barrel on it.
barrel shotgun. Yeah. My Costco safe fits those in with the top
Yeah,
shelf.
because it's got the cutout in the back of the lower shelf to fit that stuff up through the back.
I didn't bother with the lower shelf. I just had the top one.
We've got both shelves in, and the lower shelf's got a cutout in the back to fit barrels through, and then there's the top shelf.
Yeah,
that Costco safe is pretty nice.
My shit's in
I can
a
find it.
closet, so it's like it's compact and fits in there good enough.
In a safe in the closet.
Yes.
My
My safe is in a closet. I would show you a picture. It's got lots of stickers on it. Yours included.
safe is a closet.
The closet, I put a lock on it. I put one of them cable ties on the two knobbies. This is a room constructed to hold firearms. I've specifically modified it
I have
Yeah,
words for you. I have words
yeah.
for you.
See, what I was wondering is if you go and put bars on your bedroom window and like put a fucking like vault door on the front of it, can't you argue your bedroom is now a room designed for the secure storage of
No, because
firearms?
because all the CFO has to do is walk into your house and kick a hole in the drywall, and then they'll have words for
Wow,
you.
a thief could just use a grinder on your safe and just grind it open.
Yes, but
Yeah,
but
that
they're assholes, and well, no, not assholes. They
no,
they they went through the trouble of having. There is just like with the range building guidelines. There is a room securing guidelines somewhere.
Are you
so then
sure?
find those guidelines,
I
and if
think
you
so.
just secure your bedroom to that specification, then you can keep a pistol on your nightstand.
I don't
It's
like. I don't think they have that specification. I
I
don't think there is such one.
I don't think they have it,
I
and that's
might I
it's
might have
very
to go and look for
ambiguous.
it. I might just have to ask Varsal because he'll
You
know.
know, you know, they don't have specifications for almost all the like the home stuff.
They
Ranges,
leave it
definitely. The
and
range
yeah.
templates they have.
Yes, but
They
like
leave it ambiguous so that when someone's vault gets broken into and his Uzis get stolen, they can try and charge him with unsafe storage, and he has to flee to Florida for 10 years.
yes, but
True story.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying is if you've got 2x4 studs and drywall, like the judge is gonna look at it and go, "You didn't build that."
So then stick some fucking 2x4s in the
But
wall
like
so that
that's
someone can't just kick it in. It's
yeah. I
not
mean,
hard.
No,
you're
that
saying that the
I'm pretty
judge will
sure
say
it's
that, but it
you
depends on
have
the
to
judge,
have
right?
metal in the wall like reinforcements, and I think you need to have a
Ah,
mesh. I don't quote me on this because I don't know, but might have to ask
yeah.
Varsal. By the way,
So
Varsal couldn't be here today because he has puppy lessons.
so then
Of course,
nail
it's
two
more
by
important than
fours
this.
and nail some fucking mesh on top of that, some like wire
No, it's
mesh.
not 2x4s. I think you have to bump it up to like 2x6s or 2x somethings. Like you have to have like beams. You
What
have
are you
to
gonna
have things
fucking?
in.
Who's gonna kick through a bunch of fucking 2x4s?
You're if
You
you're
have
building
Louis
a
Sear coming to
if
rob your
you are
fucking gun?
building a secure room, you cannot do it with 2x4s and
You're not gonna
drywall.
have fucking like the mountain coming to break into your fucking house. An average person's not gonna go and kick through a bunch of fucking 2x4s.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that we would need to look this up. I don't think it's defined. I think this would be up to a
I don't
judge,
think it's
and
defined
I
either.
think you would have to be arguing whether your bathroom door lock on your bedroom room qualifies as like constructing the room to be a secure room
I
or
have a door
not.
latch on my toilet. That's it.
I got one of them like
Ba-
hooky guys that just put it on top of there.
Good to know.
bathroom is now secure storage for firearms.
The bathroom is now secure storage.
I leave my pistols in the top part of my toilet.
A Ziploc
Ooh, I
bag.
hope they're stainless. Hope they're stainless.
There's a Ziploc bag full of silica packs, and it's in the toilet.
Fine, they're not going to start rusting until you take them out of the water.
This man knows his metallurgy. All right, gun stuff. What did I do? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
This some guy told me I should put a bunch of shit on my rifle.
Oh, look at that purple.
I know.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Let's see if
So
check
you
this
cut
bad
open
guy.
a toque and
Not-
wrap
not
it
sure
around your
shit
stock.
looks empty. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's empty. This is a CZ 512. This is the gun that I've been looking for as long as I could. I found it. I took it out to Mapleseed, and thumbs up. I got my patch. It's upstairs in the bedroom next to the baby sleeping, so that's not gonna go with something I'm gonna go with.
You got a scope on that thing that's about as old as a boomer.
Yes, it is. This is a fixed 3x Weaver scope. Oh yeah. I do have critiques about this rifle. It performed admirably. Not one issue whatsoever related to its reliability. With the ammunition that I was feeding it, it fucking it puts the bullet where I'm fucking got the crosshairs on it. I had it zeroed perfectly, and then because some fucking god awful reason, and they refused to get in with the times, this thing's got a dovetail. And I thought I had put enough force into the fucking claw rings that held it into the dovetail, but when we were trying to get a good side picture at Mapleseed, I don't know if it's gonna come through, but oh yeah, you really can't. Oh, maybe you can. You see that white line in the dovetail? that fucking thing had shifted back about a half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
It was on there. I thought it was on there. I had secured it. I sighted it in. At some point, I bumped the scope and it fucking moved back that much.
It could
Luckily,
just be for shooting, like shooting a lot of ammo. It's like a tiny little hammer, ding, 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 just slowly hitting on it, and eventually it starts loosening screws and stuff moves.
maybe.
I had the factory scope from my Remington actually, and rather than having the dovetail come loose, I had the rings come loose.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
rings,
considering
rail.
just switching out the rings here and getting like some nice rings because these are the rings that came with this scope, so they're old. Everything's old about.
You could Loctite them too,
I
torque them and
might,
Loctite
but
them.
one thing that I know is that these dovetails. Let's see if I can get it to show up. I gotta say, like my own screen.
Yeah,
These dovetails, that is a locking
yeah,
surface. So
yeah.
some rings come with a little bit sticking out of the bottom of the ring that locks into that particular spot, so nothing will ever move.
Probably costs like $100 fucking.
Probably, but I mean, I've already got the nicest stock 22 semi-auto rifle in the market that isn't Anschlitz, so we might as well dish out for the fucking rings. This thing is fucking smoking good in terms of accuracy. Like I said, like all the misses that I got was 100% me. Like it was not, oh, what the fuck was that? That was a flyer. The gun is fucky. No, that was me. That was 100% me. Um, and the other issue is that this thing's got beautiful black walnut and not 1 square centimeter of fucking checkering anywhere. So this is smooth. So once you get those hands nice and sweaty because it's 20 something degrees on the range and you're trying to get a nice karate chop hand motion and you're trying to pull that fucking into the grip and look at my chicken wing. You happy with my chicken wing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mr.
I'm even
Mr.
happier
Mapleseed?
that everyone watching thinks you're right-handed right now on Twitch because it's right-handed.
Yeah. And my hand, it's just like, yeah, okay, I get it. I have sweaty palms, but yeah. Now that unfortunately the rifle took a spill during Mapleseed because it was quite windy and the mats blew over. And let's see if I can get to show. This rifle has got less than 1,000 rounds and it's already got a fuckload of nicks and kisses all over the stock.
Yeah.
So I think I might just checker it. If I can figure out how, I might checker it myself.
Ooh, hand checkering is hard.
Yeah.
It's doable though, with enough time and if you're careful, totally doable.
Yeah. Because like I would like some up here in the handguard, obviously, but more importantly is the pistol
Could this
grip.
not be a task for a Dremel?
No,
No,
checkering
no,
tool
no, no,
is
no.
like
You know, see, Dremel is quick work. I need to be precise, so I need a sharp screwdriver.
And a hammer.
No, just a rock, just good to go. But yeah, I got my rifle, man. I don't have as nice of a target as Adriel showed in the pre-show because fuck that guy. But I do have. Where is that?
you didn't have the equipment that I brought. To
No,
my either.
oh,
That was
speaking
your
about the equipment, I do
downfall.
have one critique. You recommended a certain sling, Adriel, and that certain sling did not perform the way I wanted it to.
Which sling did I recommend?
The Magpul one.
Magpul Rifleman Loop Sling.
Yeah. Like it was
Didn't
just.
like it.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's got lots of adjustments, but it was kind of fucky. Here's my target.
It's not as easy to use as the ones we use
like,
for loners.
This right here, this is Rifleman's Cadence right there. I will 100% admit that I fucked up there, but that's still full points because it's the line. But when I got into that groove, 25 meters standing, oh holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
A little
then
bit
everything
low,
else is just kind of a mess.
That middle one there is pretty decent looking.
Which one? That one?
No, down middle.
Oh,
That one there.
that is
yeah.
nice, actually. I got two shots right there next to each other. Two shots right next to each other, and then these ones were just...
Yeah, that one just kind of what the fuck happened.
But this is nice. This is nice. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Still good points on them, though.
Decent.
Yep. And then my other
You can
targets
clean
I'm
up
not going to
that
show.
bottom one. The bottom one could be cleaned up.
Yeah.
The middle one, there's still some points left on
I
the table
did
there.
decide on my second one that I was going to run a bolt action, and the results were not as good. I'm going to show the targets quickly, and there you go.
Can I show my
Large
bolt
oof.
action results?
Fuck you.
Made with a $150 Chinese gun.
$199. $199.
199. Yeah, there is a lot in Mapleseed to do. I'm gonna do it again. I'm 100% gonna do it again because the amount of information, the amount of trigger time that you get, it's not something that I've ever done. I've never sat down and learned skills and applied them. Everything else, everything that I know about shooting has been osmosis. Like I try it, I pick up a new gun, I try and figure out how to shoot it, I try to see how it performs. It's very organic. This was the most structure I've ever had, probably ever will, unless I take another course similar to this. And it is so good. It is so good. They give you swag. Look at this fucking cool ass chamber flag. You need this cool ass chamber flag, folks. You need it. You need it. Where is it? Focus. Focus. Focus.
I missed it. Yeah.
I
Let
don't
me see.
need it.
Project Mapleseed.
I
Yeah.
don't need it. I
What?
definitely don't need it.
Everyone's
I
seeing a
don't
reverse
need it.
image anyways.
Oh, fuck.
I need it.
Yes, it's fantastic. I took notes. I reread them. I go, yes, that's a good thing to remember. I also let slip one of the probably least appropriate but still humorous things I hope you've heard is at some point one of the instructors Rick asked, why do we do 3-shot groups? And I said, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. It escaped me what he was getting at, but you need 3 for it to be statistically significant, or
according to
statistically
reviews.
3 skill.
3 skill.
Yeah.
1 is
According
luck.
to
2
9-hole
no
reviews,
1 is
3
pure luck. 2 is coincidence. 3 is skill.
Skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to 9-hole reviews, you need 9 shots because 3 and 5 are both insufficient for getting a proper idea of the
No, what you
accuracy of the
need
rifle.
is you need to sit down and just shoot at one spot, and that will give you as many as many data points as you can possibly gather is what you want. So anything more than 3 is better. The more you have, the better. The more groups under different circumstances, not so much. You want repeatability. You want consistency. There's another one. See, Adriel, I remember consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like themes in Mapleseed, and yeah, consistency is one of them. Just improving that consistency, getting building your platform, your shooting platform for consistency,
Relax
using
from
your
the eyes.
NPOA,
Back.
relax from your eyes back, yep, eyeballs back, and then using those 6 steps of firing
Be
the
a
shot.
meat rest.
Be a meat rest. Yes, a meat bag just sitting there. Yeah,
Just sitting there.
and you too can get
The
like this.
Oh, fuck you. the belt buckle shuffle, was it?
Yeah, pick your belt buckle up, move around, do the Mapleseed maraca,
Oh, I
move
don't know
around
that one.
on the mat.
Yeah.
We use different analogies every time.
Yeah.
Like it is like shooting from a fire hose, right? That's why like taking 2 of them can be beneficial, because you take what you learned the first time, you layer on top, you get even better scores.
Yeah. And I hate myself for it. Like, I will never sell that rifle, but I want to build like a 1022 Mapleseed gun. Just fucking cuss. Because I can put a better fucking I can get one with a rail in the fucking receiver, so I don't have to fuck around with dovetails. I can get actually I like that scope. I don't have anything to say wrong about that scope. So I just
A 3x, a 3 or 4x is fine. You don't need more
My
magnification.
first thought with a Mapleseed 1022 was bull barrel, but then I was like, if you're supporting this offhand, you don't want that heavy of a barrel. Because that's gonna be a pain in the ass to hold
okay,
on to.
so guys, like if you were to shoot like a big bore with an an AR-15, you would use a heavy ass barrel. Your AR-15 would be super heavy, because although it is hard to support, that weight means that movements from you translate less to the rifle because it is heavier. It has more momentum. So you would use a heavy ass rifle, even
As,
from standing. It would be
as
tiring, but it would be more
as
stable.
long as you don't have wimpy noodle arms and you can actually hold it stable for a little bit.
Yeah.
Unlike me, who would be grabbing the rifle and wobbling all over the fucking place.
So that's one thing that I did notice afterwards. Is my fucking shoulder was super chewed up because I was pushing that fucking sling tight. I wanted that rock solid against my shoulder, and it was fucked up because it also has absolutely no padding at all, and it's got that nice sharp toe. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I could dig in from the standing position with the
Yeah.
hasty sling.
yeah. Because I think if possible, I would definitely get something like. It would have been perfect if I had a modern sporter. If I had a modern sporter with like a 20-inch barrel, that would have been so good. So good.
And shoot Mapleseed with a 223.
You
Oh,
can
yeah.
shoot it with anything. It just sucks
We
because everybody
Oh,
else
I
gets
have,
concussion from the break.
We used to have a lot of guys shooting with ARs, but not anymore.
Shoot Mapleseed
Rick
with an SVT 40.
Rick had in Mapleseed, in Medicine Hat, he had a guy with a Mosin and one with an SKS. But like, try shooting a Mosin prone for a bunch of rounds in a day, and it
Ooh,
hurts. It's
yeah.
not like the problem isn't the recoil. The problem is like the butt stock on it. It has such sharp edges to the butt plate, and it will chew up your shoulder.
Yeah, like this
Tavares
is sharp.
Scotland says rifle is fine.
This is sharp, like a nice, like a fixed carbine stock with the extra thick butt pad. Oof, that'd be so
Yeah.
tasty.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. I fucking wish I had that. That would have been so nice.
See, that is one thing I've debated, is just using my Howa for Mapleseed rather than getting a 22 for it, because my Howa's in 223. It's got a scope. It's got a sling.
But
Bolt
how big
action.
are your mags?
5 round.
Do you have
5
like,
round
3
and
of them?
loaded from the top. So it's no, I don't have detachable.
Oh, you can't do it.
If I got, they do sell a detachable mag kit for it, and then they sell 10 round mags.
But it's
Just-
not flush, is
just-
it? It's not
No,
flush.
just email them beforehand and say, "Can I get a loner 22?
Yeah.
I'll bring my own ammo." And if you're in Ontario, you'll be at one
Yeah.
of Kelly's or probably Kelly's
I
actually.
mean, worst comes to
and
worst,
she will
I'll just-
bring a badass 1022 for you.
Yeah.
She'll bring like something that's like built for this kind of thing.
No,
You'll have
worst
the
comes to
perfect
worst, I
scope
could
for
take
it.
my dad's Savage.
Honestly,
Just
Use
because
the
it's
loader.
got the sling
just use the
points on it,
1022,
but-
dude.
Use the loader that
use
they
the
have.
loaner.
It's going to be perfect for it. And then you are learning for you. You're not like trying to make up for a rifle's shortcomings, because there's a lot to figure out in that course of fire,
Yes,
in
there
that
is.
in that
Yes,
course.
there
So
is. Yes, sir.
just use the loaner, because then you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Like a lot of the rifles have mags that like stick out. Well, if you want to bump your hand back, you hit that magazine, you tilt it a little bit. Now the thing's not feeding properly, right?
Yep. That was
Or,
the. I didn't run that many issues into like. I ended up the way the gun was sitting on me. It was not a big deal when I was doing that, but I would definitely say that if I was gonna do, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this again. It's gonna be with It might be the same gun. I don't know, but it's gonna be
I think
one with
that
a
gun's
better
fine.
sling. It's gonna be one with a better sling.
Yeah.
Because
If you wanted to, you could go on eBay and pick up like a USGI sling. Normally, I'd shill the Mapleseed slings, but we're out of them again.
I
So
know.
just go on eBay and pick up a USGI sling. I got a couple from like Greece. Greece had a bunch of like
Yeah,
M1
because
Garand slings.
Appleseed was just designed around shooting with an M1 Garand, wasn't it?
Yep.
Correct. Yeah.
That's why shoot 2, reload 8.
You reload 8 because that's what a Garand does.
Yep.
Mhm.
But
But-
Well, that would actually work for my 597. The 10 round mags do not hold 10.
no,
One of them
A
did. Yes,
597's
one of
fine.
them did. The other one only held 9.
Why wouldn't you run your 597?
because
the
he's
only
too
thing
lazy
is
to put sling studs
I'm
on.
literally too lazy to drill sling swivels in the plastic stock.
Don't just what we do if we have someone that doesn't have sling swivels, we run zip ties. We have a couple different ways of doing zip ties that will hold it to the rifle.
The issue is, how is that going to affect accuracy by pulling the thing onto the barrel and clamping it like that? Because it is a free floated, somewhat at least free floated.
Maybe it'll affect it. Maybe not. I mean, if you are worried about it, yeah, just go on eBay, get a sling stud kit off eBay. It'll be like $5. and
Dude,
then
don't
drill your
even go to
stock.
eBay. You can buy that like any gun shop. I guarantee fucking to you.
Yeah, but it'll be $20 at the gun shop. It'll be 5 on
right.
eBay.
Sorry.
I'm pinching the pennies here.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably good. Yeah, but yeah, do Maple Seed. Do Maple Seed again. Do Maple Seed anytime possible. Fingers crossed. Oh, I did do something else actually. We went shooting when I went to see this guy. We went shooting, and I had to get a dummy 3-inch shell for the PAL courses because that's part of the testing. And so I had to go and find a dummy 3-inch shell, and I have my Brownells, the ones that I bought when I did that order way back ago, the dummy shells that you recommended for quad loading practice, Adriel, from Brownells. So those are fine. Those are the dummy 12 gauge shells that I will use in the course, and I have used. But I needed a 3-inch shell. So I went and I bought some 3-inch slugs. But how to make this into a dummy? Should I?
So wait, what? You're trying to make 3-inch dummies?
I need 3-inch. I need a 3-inch dummy because you cannot
That'll
have
be a
live ammunition.
that'll be a different dummy that you make out of that one because a roll crimp won't be as long as a star crimp when it's unless you roll crimp it again. Are you gonna roll crimp it again or star crimp it afterwards?
See, I just made a hole in it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. You would do is make the hole, pour the powder out,
I just made a hole with it. I just made a
oil on
hole
the primer.
in it,
Yeah.
and it worked.
And you
But-
struck off the primer?
Yeah, what to do with the primer. So I had to figure out what to do with the primer. So I had heard that oil will neutralize
Yeah.
the primer.
So I mentioned drill a hole, oil in the primer, wait for a little bit for it to settle.
Yep.
Then bang just to dent the primer and make sure it's completely toast by then.
Yep. And so I did that. So I took it to the woods to shoot it. So I put it in my least likely to be missed gun. I closed the action. I was like, click, and I shit you not, it sounded like a squeaky fart.
So it did still have something left in the
It
primer.
did still have something left, but what I'm thinking is whatever it had left was just kind of like pushing around the
hole?
liquid oil, and like it burnt. Like it was a little bit of like it's kind of hard to see, but
You might have pushed around the hole. You might have heard it squeaking around that hole there that you drilled.
yeah, exactly. Cause there was, I'm not fucking with you. There was like a little cloud that looked like a little like comic book fart coming out of the action, just like. And now I have a dummy.
Perfect. A
But-
3-inch slug dummy.
I was
Oh, wait.
really nervous about drilling into this, so I didn't drill into it. What I did is I took a file and I cut an X into it, and then I grabbed some pliers and I peeled the metal off, and then I just dug off the plastic hull because actually I didn't know the plastic hull goes all the way in. It's not like it stops here and they secure the brass into it. No, the plastic hull goes all the way to the base. And so underneath the brass, there was plastic. So I just kind of dug around with a knife, made enough of a hole to pour the powder out, shook it all out, and then I made a nice clean hole with a drill. Because, yeah, this is easy to tell it's a dummy. I mean, there is no way in hell this is going anywhere anymore. And I didn't want to deal with trying to fucking bullet puller a fucking slug.
You would just drill and tap it and then put a screw in there. Out she comes.
That makes sense, too. That would work, too. Or
Because it's lead. It'd be super easy to
Yeah,
tap.
or-
You
or-
probably don't even need to tap it. Just drill a hole and
Yeah,
put a
drill
wood
the
screw in
screw.
there.
You take the screw on the drill. Just
This
fucking
was
use the
easier.
screw.
This was easier and more fun because I got to potentially create a massive squib into a shotgun barrel.
yeah, but I don't know why you were so like flinching back when all you got's primer in there. Like
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking know.
I put like a bullet in the end of it, like a barrel, and like I use the primer to pop it off and shoot it out like a little cap gun.
I have it on good
There's no
authority.
power. There's no
I
power.
have it on good authority that if you stuff earplugs into 45 Colt with just a primer, you can shoot them inside a house like a cap gun.
It's loud though. It's loud.
Yeah,
If you were to shoot those in a pistol, that would be really loud.
But yeah, like foam plugs inside of 45 Colt cases with just the primers. Like,
Get that Aguila like Colibri stuff that's just hilariously stupidly quiet and shoots out of like only a revolver because they're too short.
Yeah.
You don't even need ear pro when you're shooting that stuff at the range.
you don't need ear pro with CCI CBs because I think the box says 750 feet per second.
Yeah, these are 495 feet per second.
Jesus,
They're
That is pretty light.
hilarious.
that is pretty light.
And it-
I have an idea, Adriel. What do you think about this? I have my deer tags and mule deer tags.
Mhm.
They're general.
Mhm.
So the next step for me is, and my buddy who was there in the Mapleseed with me, we need to find somewhere to get a deer, a whitetail, or a muley. And we could do the first ever true hunting gear guy Canada Guns talk show collaboration, and just have like a road to Bambi. I mean, we started when we were talking about it here in Canada Guns, but like maybe we could go over gear for like the basic. This is as basic as it gets. We have shooting experience and zero hunting experience. We've got the hunter course experience. Where to next? Like my buddy's been buying some stuff. I think he's got like the butchering knives, and I think he might have bought game bags. That's about it.
So what's the most important thing to consider would be where you guys are hunting and whether you need to process in the field or whether you can take it somewhere else and what that processing in the field is going to look like. So if you guys go out to Papyrus and you head out in the bush there and you shoot yourself a deer, fantastic. Then what?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like the shooting the deer part is actually very easy. Like if you guys head out in like the wilderness, and you just sit on a log or whatever, a deer will pop up, and you now have the marksmanship skills to smoke that deer.
Yeah.
And then it would be So I guess we could do a show on like game processing. That would be a good one.
And the thing that I wanted to say was like maybe you could show us. What do you
Maybe
think?
head down
Live
down
on
to your
air, have
area.
the real butcher a
we
deer.
like I got a GoPro. You've got a GoPro. We just like
Talk
like like a meat eater like type scenario where we just like document it.
Do you have a decent spot out in the hills out there
We
to
have
hit?
nothing, man. We have nothing.
Gotta
We're
scout
starting from
now.
zero. Yeah, we're
You got to scout now because your plus out there that's fantastic hunting land, but you got to find a spot where no one else knows. Because you don't what you don't want to have happen is you go like do like a basic scouting mission and find like, oh yeah, that's the spot, and then go out there at hunting season and find like 10 people hunting the same spot. So like you guys know the plus better than I do. You would need to
I
find.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. We know like three
Oh,
spots.
you're
where we
glitching out
go.
there.
Hmm? Oh, sorry.
You're glitching out. But like, yeah, you need to find like a spot out there. It's fantastic hunting country. Like my brother hunted Waprius area for a while. I never went with him, and I don't know where he went. But he went to a couple places where it was like, yeah, nice close in, lots of game, elk, deer, whitetail, and muley, and yeah, beautiful country. But then you got to process out there, so you'll typically be like gutting and then hauling out on a pole or something like that. You still have to find like a tree and cut it, yay long, put your deer on there. Your classic, like that kind of a deal.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about. I don't think Crover's there.
I
Oh,
am.
there he is.
I am. No, I'm watching. I'm watching.
Yep.
You've got like a mad delay because my shit's shitting out. Probably my wife is watching something on TV now. But yeah, like
Yeah.
we could do that. We could also, if you feel like it, we could like maybe go to a spot that you know and just go from there. Because the number one thing is we have general tags. We don't know where we can use those. We have to find where we can use those, right? So that's where it goes.
Yeah. Plus is the way to rock and roll. We would need to. I'm gonna be down in the Calgary area early October. Maybe we can go on a little scouting mission.
There you go.
Yeah, go find something. Go find a little spot.
Make
You
ourselves
find
our
like some
like our,
logging
our
road that goes out in the middle of
discount meat
nowhere.
eater series.
Well, I mean, like the Rockies are really nice, and the foothills are really nice, and if we could find a spot in there that is unused, like typically what that means is a little bit more hiking. So like the spots that are right off like common roads, those are going to be well hunted. So you need to find a spot to park and then hike for 2 clicks, 3 clicks, kind of a thing in. But if you find someplace like that, fantastic.
There you
And
go.
I'm just here on the other side of the country. All of this is irrelevant to me.
You can hunt.
You could hunt a deer in
I
Ontario.
can hunt a deer, but I can't hunt a deer in Calgary. It's a little
No,
bit of
Well,
a trek.
the
no.
tickets are not too bad.
Yeah, but I mean, with all this COVID stuff, am I gonna have to isolate for 2 weeks when I get there?
Well, how fucked is
No.
Toronto?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
I don't know. How fucked is Alberta?
The most fucked. And they still don't care. Albertans do not care about COVID, and we have the highest caseload per capita, I believe.
I thought that was still Quebec because Quebec doesn't really seem to give a fuck. God, we've finally got restaurants and shit open again at like limited seating capacity. It's
Alberta.
actually been really nice to go back
That was
to a
like June
restaurant.
for Alberta, yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
been maybe a month here that restaurants have been open, and it's been nice to go back to a bunch of them. But a bunch of them have like cut their menus down because of COVID.
Yeah.
It's like simplified menu because they only have like 2 kitchen staff or something.
We've had the most per capita cases of COVID since July.
Wow.
Number one.
Number one.
This is the leadership of the Jason Kenny UCP.
Oh, dude,
Oh
he's
my
getting
god,
skewered.
I am so tired of hearing that on Reddit. My like Reddit skews left and young, and they do not like Kenny.
Hearing
Oh,
how many
no.
people are just shitting on O'Toole because he's conservative, trying so desperately to label him a SoCal. Should we talk about that?
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk
The last one, didn't it?
politics.
Yeah. Let's
Adrian-
go head first into that. I'm fucking with you. Yes, I voted in the conservative leadership race. Yes, I picked O'Toole as number one. There. Get some flame on.
Same with me,
Who
actually.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. They all had basically the same gun platform, so I don't personally care about any of them. I just want them to win.
But
don't care how.
there was a couple of outliers like that were just like, okay, your policies are like excellent circa like 1960s.
Derek Sloan.
Yeah.
See, the Derek Sloan obviously had the most ambitious gun platform because he was pushing for like CCW and castle law. But when you look at the rest of his shit, it was just kind of like,
He was never gonna
Yeah. Like,
I don't know if
congratulations,
Tea
you've
Party
made it into the
Republicans
history
voted
books as
for-
a side note that no one else wants to remember.
And then as soon as the leadership race was done, liberals were demanding he get kicked out of the party.
Well, the conservatives were demanding that Trudeau resign. You
Exactly.
can demand anything you want to. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Kick Derek Sloan out for his comments about Tam when you kick Trudeau out for his blackface.
Yep. And on that note, do we have anything else to talk about?
I'm going goose hunting this weekend because
that's cool.
goose is open for a week in like mid-September. That's just super fucking weird. They open for Canada geese for like a week in the beginning of September and then close it again for another week and then don't open it again until the end of September when they open duck again, which is just, it's so weird.
Are you going to the local golf course?
Wouldn't that be great? It's like fucking practically
Just a
walk
second.
there.
You tired of this goose shit everywhere? I've got the solution for you.
It's called
Let me
I just
12
Let
gauge.
me pull out my 12 wood.
With the pandemic, I don't even think I'd have to worry about anyone being there. The only problem is the city kind of frowns upon those kinds of things.
Whatever. Just say you're exercising your.
These are
Actually, you could just say that you probably Métis, like maybe.
I'm a member of the Jane and Finch Gun Club.
There you go.
I'm trying to scare these geese away using this audio activated anti-bird device. It's working. It's working so far.
Yeah, you should see them scatter as soon as I let this. Yeah. Canada Guns has been really repetitive. I keep pulling the same post off and sending it to the newbie thread. It's
Is
like
it just a whole bunch of dumb shit about the OIC?
actually people seem to be listening. They're sending a lot of stuff to the politics thread, and we don't get much pushback anymore. Like the amount of times that we had to ban people when we instituted the poly thread, where they're like, "Well, why can't I post my opinion piece from the Toronto Star?"
Because the Toronto Star is a shit rag, and fuck you.
It's like your opinion pieces, your editorials. This is not new. This is the definition of an echo chamber. Go throw it into the politics thread echo chamber, please. But I'm like the amount of people asking, "Hey, FX9, good?" It's like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
PCC good? Hey, which NRs are still NRs? It's like, bro.
They're newbies. They're gonna ask those questions. That's fine. You should we should just have like a
Newbie threat.
newbie thread or like a newbie resources.
But the thing is, like, I've had them where I led one of those a day through.
Yeah.
And they nobody looks at this up. I swear to God, like we don't get that many submissions anymore. There is no reason why you can't look at the last 2 days worth of submissions and go,
Hey, I just submitted my article. Can you approve it?
"Oh, fuck off." Fine, I'll do it on my phone. Is there anything else you want to fucking do? Did we talk about anything else? Huh? Anything else?
I was gonna post some pics of me like reclining by a fireplace later, but I'll tell you when to approve those.
Approved. There. Or should I
Yeah,
remove
right.
it as spam?
It is spam. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I am linking it to a personal blog for personal profit. Make that mad blog
Oh,
money.
check
All
this
them
out.
Blog
views.
money that you're not going to
Has
get any of from the people who use fucking ad block like myself.
What if you go through an affiliate link?
Look at this. I'm clicking your link and I'm using ad blocker.
So this kid is saying, "Hey, reloading 9
I don't have any
millimeter.
ads on my site.
Reloading 9 millimeter. I have a Lee single stage. Should I?"
Oh. No.
If you want to, but it's not going to be fun.
All right, you go yell at him. I just approved it. Has anyone completed the online hunters education course?
For Alberta or Saskatchewan. Ontario just got one that uses
Yeah.
Saskatchewan's, I think.
Yeah, that's what this guy's
Ontario's,
talking about.
yeah,
It's
Ontario's
proctored though. Like it's got like a test that you gotta like do with like a Skype call or some shit.
Really?
They don't have that in Alberta. You just
No.
do the test. And
I,
it's
I
like,
did that test with the tab open on the other side. It's like, what the fuck is this animal again? I don't know what the hell this is called.
well, I mean, if you know how to refer to it in the book, fantastic. Just bring the book with you when you go hunting, and you're
Yeah.
fine.
No, I've been thinking about laminating like some like 4 different angles of what a fucking mule deer looks like and 4 different angles of what a fucking whitetail looks like, just so that I can be like, that's what I need to shoot, nothing else.
If you went on a scouting mission, you would see some deer, and you would get to know them.
That's
That
what
helps
I
too.
should do.
Yeah.
That's what we will
Was
do.
the Tara Turkish? I thought it was from some like former Yugoslavian country.
Which
What?
one?
The Tara.
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm not an expert. I don't know anything.
You just
I don't know.
included it in your fucking
I don't have
post.
any credentials. What are you talking about?
Case in point, credentials. Folks, Varsel was sorry he couldn't be here tonight, but puppy needed lessons, so he's at the first puppy lessons. And Garrett was supposed to be here, but he bailed on us to go hunting, the bastard. So, whatever.
Yeah, it's from Montenegro.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty obscure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's practically Turkey.
I'm sure there's some Montenegrins out there that are really upset you just said that.
I don't think there are. Okay,
Well,
I'm checking it
actually,
right now.
really funny
I
thing
love it.
happened.
Remington RP9, don't waste your time.
We had a guy make a comment in one of the politics threads. It's like, well, what if I show up wearing Afghan wear from Afghanistan? And we're like, okay, yeah, that's not cool, man. And then he makes a message on the mod mail saying, but I am from Afghanistan. We're like, okay, let's play along, prove it. And he sends us pictures of him wearing his traditional Afghani stuff. And we're like, oh, okay, you're like the only Afghani guy we know, so your comment goes back up. Sorry for the inconvenience.
So what? Like, what was the original comment?
It's like, It was about, I think it was the CCFR post about the demonstrations, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Can I show up wearing my traditional Afghani clothes?" And we thought it was just some like, no,
Oh,
can I show
I
up
could
wearing
see,
traditional
yeah,
Afghani clothes? I thought he was being like an
yeah,
asshole. He was like, "Can I show up
yeah,
wearing blackface kind of thing?" We're like,
yeah, yeah.
"No, none of this is allowed." And then
But
he's like,
but
"So,
he is.
but he is."
So in which case, yes,
Please
yes,
do. Yeah,
yes, yeah.
yeah. So
So
that
you were
happened.
blocking someone from doing cultural appropriation. How progressive of you,
I know. We have a little
Mr.
side chat
Grover.
with all the mods where we're like, is this too on the nose? Are we? Oh, remember when MT Jones, I think the guy from Ontario who posts the three gun stuff, he posts his wife sometimes doing three
Yeah.
gunny
Mm-hmm.
things, and the
Mm-hmm.
fucking simps that are so fucking thirsty. We're like, every time
Some
he posts
thirsty
his wife,
lads out there. Some real thirsty
any
lads.
single time that lady gets posted, it's like 5, 6, 7 bands. It's like, Jesus
Well,
Christ, dude.
he posted one today, and it's like she's just running around a course of fire, doing a course of fire, and that's cool. Yep, she's doing her thing.
Oh, the
And yeah,
fucking
there's
comments.
the comments, even the ones that are left up are like, oh, oh, come on, guys.
The one talking about it is like, does she run weird? It's like, who the fuck cares?
Everyone runs
It's
weird when you're
sand.
on the clock.
Well, no, it's sand too. If you look at that range, it's like it's sand. It's like a beach. Like I don't know what the hell. Like
I
they
think he
said it was
shoots at
lower. It was
Sharon.
LTV. It was
Oh,
lower
Lower
Trent.
Trent Valley. Oh,
It's sand that they're on. It's like, yeah, you would run weird in sand, and you would. If you've ever watched Ben Stoker on the clock, he runs really low. He stays low so that he's always got his knees bent.
I mean, just
So
you
yeah,
run weird on the clock.
yes, yeah,
So,
and in
fuck
sand.
you, thirsty simps. You'll get banned. I think that should be a good note to end on.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.